Welcome back to Open Exchange. I'm Panashe Chigumadzi. Sunday is June 16th, National Youth Day in South Africa. So today we're speaking to the winners of the South African round of the 2013 CIMA Global Business Challenge. Joining me at the desk today is John Webb, Natasha van der Merwe, Berdine Sinclair and Marina. Marina and Berdine. Okay, so with this challenge specifically, what they're going to be doing is looking at business cases and offering solutions to a company, a hypothetical company, and coming up with solutions for that. What has your experience been? I was part of the challenge last year and it was very nerve-wracking. Tell me what your experience has been. I'll start with John.
Oh, I enjoyed it. It's finally applied the knowledge that we had learned, and just spent so much time on in university. We'd gone into and we'd finally be able to apply it to situations in business and real world examples, and I really enjoyed that about it.
Where's your team?
I thought it was great. I really enjoyed working together, and it was a fun experience, to be competing with teams all around South Africa, and it was great winning, and now knowing we're going to the World Finals, it's really cool.
Well, just now that you're going to the World Finals, I know South Africa has been able to make it to the top 4 for the last 4 years as part of that team again, but we couldn't quite crack it. What are you guys going to do differently this time?
We have a speech coach who's been working a lot with us. She's been giving us a lot of technique examples. But we're also approaching different businessmen and women and approaching them to ask us questions about it so that we can be better prepared for that part of it, which we believe is a main part.
And what are you guys going to be doing differently for this time?
Just preparing.
Questions, because when it comes down to the actual presentation that you're giving, you can prepare and run through your speeches and your slides and everything, but you never quite know what that judge is going to be asking you, and it's nerve-wracking. when you have to step forward and answer that question, everything that you've learned through lectures and just your real-world experiences rushes through your mind, and you just hope that you're going to hit their answer, and you do find yourself rambling on. So I think we're just going to try not to ramble and just hit the nail on the head with the answers, because I believe that's what gives you the edge. That question and answer session is when the judges look at you and they distinguish who knows what they're talking about and who knows their speeches.
I definitely agree with that. And one thing you guys keep mentioning is the fact that you finally get the opportunity to apply what you're talking about. Do you think in university you get enough of the opportunity to actually apply and think about what you're doing? Is it too much theory? Do you think that in universities we need to be thinking more about actually getting you guys the practical knowledge, the practical experience? I don't know.
A lot of our tests, you'd study the whole textbook, but when you get to the test, it's very practical. They give you a case study and you need to read it, and you have to know the outline of your work, but it's all very, very application-based. Very little is actually theory-based.
More so this year.
Yeah, more so this year. Last year and the years before, it was quite theory-based, but this year, if you can't apply, you can't really do that great.
So you think competitions like this are good in getting young people to be thinking? And I think especially with the high problem of unemployment amongst young people, do you think that these kind of things help us to get thinking about entrepreneurship and getting started in business?
Definitely.
Right? Yeah, I mean, I was wondering, are any of you thinking of starting your own businesses? Are you thinking of going into corporate after this? What are your plans after this?
I think corporate.
Well, me personally, I've always heard that the best thing is to make your mistakes on someone else's paycheck, and then you go and try on your own. But
so that's the strategy. Start off in corporate, learn on somebody else's dollar, and then you can go and
make
do
your
that,
own,
right? Okay, that sounds good. So just that's that, right? So now this year, the challenges will be in South Africa.
Okay.
What are you guys looking to do as the hosts of the show? Are you going to be showcasing the country? How are you going to be hosting them and showing that South Africa is just as competitive as the rest of the world?
Gosh, we have to put our best foot forward. I just also welcome everybody and just show them, how South Africa is and how welcoming people are, and just really compete. I think we also have to forget that that there's like a chance where we won't win because we are from South Africa, and but I think if we just try and if we just push forward, I think we can.
I think something I mentioned last year when I was here by the side was that we had very few women there. I was the only girl out of a team of 3 boys, right?
Oh, there we go.
Exactly. So this year I'm quite glad to see that it's 3 girls, right? So do you think that with that we have a lot more young women who are participating as well? I'll ask you, Natasha.
Definitely. I do feel that with more emphasis being placed on equality and so forth, that there have been more ground opened to females. And with this project, it was really nice. We were allowed to choose our own groups, And to have a guy, it is a good balancing factor, because we can all be a little caught up on the details, and John's more focused on that end deadline. But I do think that it is a good platform, and projects like this or competitions like this do just open your awareness, and it just gives you a platform to show that you as a woman are able to make a difference.
And Bridget, what do you think about that? Do you think that this has been a competition that's helped you, especially as a young woman, to sort of get the opportunities to put yourself forward as you might not usually get the opportunity?
Yes, because the business world is mainly male dominated, but I think women are getting a better step ahead now. And this competition, it has given us an opportunity, especially us three girls, to get ahead of it. And also, as the hosts for being South Africa, I think that it's also to put Africa on the map, to show that Africa can actually compete as well.